Kia ora guys, Bird here. Welcome to episode 29 of Thaumcraft for Addons. We're back in the node workshop today. I've done a few changes here to the main node that is right here, or rather the, the donor nodes that are around here. I've still got to get used to all this terminology. Let's go ahead and put the Thaumic Fortress stuff on. Let's go ahead and jump up and check the node out. So now it has a heap more ordo in such a short space of time, and also 100 Ignis now. Very nice, we're getting along. Yeah, I changed out most of the nodes that had Terra inside them to nodes that have Ordo inside them. So there are a few nodes here that have changed, if you pay attention. I think there are now 5 of these nodes have Ordo inside them. Let's see, that one... So yeah, this one's changed as well, but that one and I believe this one were here already, so that's an extra 3 nodes with Ordo inside them. And that has really helped out. This has gone up like 10 aspects in, the space of just a few hours, even more than that, which is pretty awesome. So now the Ignis is actually done as well. But, whoa, hello. Perhaps I can sort of go through again and sort of try and remove some nodes that have Ignis inside them, although I seem to have done a fairly good job of that already. Anyway, today what we're going to be doing is focusing on one of the Crystalline Brain things that we discovered a few episodes back. You guys have actually been saying, I believe multiple people have sort of said that I forgot to scan the Aqua Brain when I did the scanning spree on these guys, but yeah, it didn't show on camera that I scanned it, but apparently it seems to have pulled through just in here. So I've scanned all 6 of these, and that's what they've got. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and look in the Thaumonomicon in the Thaumic Tinkerer, or rather Automagy tab, excuse me. So these are the Crystalline Brains over here, and it just says by scanning them you're probably going to unlock something, hint hint, nudge nudge. And doing that we discovered these 5 new things that are right here, and then I think this is something to do with the Crystalline Brains as well, but it's missing the required research. I guess we have to get this, and we already have the remote comparator, so I'm guessing to get this we're going to need to get enchanted paper, but we're focusing on this other stuff today. So of the other 5 things that we have here, we have the Essentia Locus, controlling the tide, Golemic Inhibitor, stop them in their tracks. We've got the Signum Endia, counting sheep, and Nethermind, pulled from the ashes. And the thing that I actually want to get started with here today is the Thaumostatic Spire aerial refueling, because if I had to guess, it sounds like it's some kind of wireless refueling of the Thaumostatic harness, and for those who regularly watch the series, you guys know that I love this thing to death. It really makes getting around the base and just getting around in general a heck of a lot easier. It's like the boots of the traveller. Once you put it on, you never want to take it off, and once you take it off and forget that you can't fly anymore, you're just like, oh. Anyway, we're going to head over to the research area to get started with this research. We're going to need some scribing tools and paper. Pick some of that up. Let's see. Go ahead and get that guy. It's kind of clear right there, so it could be Cognitio inside here, if I had to guess. Yeah, there it is, Cognitio, as well as Potentia, Volatus, and Ire. So let's get started with these. Oh man, Spiritus right there is probably a good bet for the Cognitio, so that we can do something like that. And then perhaps what we can do is go Morditu Us, like so. And I'm thinking for this, what I'll do is go Ignis over here, and then we'll be able to go Gerlum, like so. And then we can connect these 2 up with Periditio, very nice. Volatus, on the other hand, is going to be a little bit more tricky to deal with. Okay, it goes to Mortus, so that's easy enough, so we can go there like that. Okay, and then what we want to do is connect this over to here. The quickest way to do that I know would probably be with Ordo Permutatio. Permutatio over here. Pop that right there, very good. Now we need to connect this up to here. We could use Mortus again if we wanted to cheat, but let's see if we can work out some other way of doing that. We've got Tenebrae right here. I don't think that's what we're looking for. Is there anything around that connects to Periditio that we could use? Vitium. Yeah, okay, we'll actually do this. This is a good idea. So we'll go Vitium, Precontatio, and Wakwas. So that works. And we've got plenty of these, and we don't really use Vitium very much anyway. So there we go, that's that research done and dusted. Didn't even have to look up too hard to do that research. Alright, the Thaumostatic Spire. This thing sounds pretty awesome, doesn't it? As a busy thaumaturge jetting about from place to place, the lengthy routine required to refuel your Thaumostatic harness has become quite a nuisance. I know, right? That's sort of what I meant, but didn't say before as well, like, just filling the dang thing up. I've shown that on the channel before. It's a whole rigmarole of taking the jar out of the Thaumostatic harness, plonking it on the ground, and filling it up. Now, you've found a better way. Ooh? By combining your knowledge of the Thaumostatic field and energized nodes, you can use this field to transmit potentia through the air. Whoa! Establishing and maintaining the link between a potentia source and its destination is mentally taxing, but a crystalline brain fortified by ire is well suited to the task. The Thaumostatic Spire, which enables this, has several requirements which must be met to construct it and keep it functioning. The first step is to create 2 Thaumostatic pylon blocks and a Thaumostatic controller. A chiseled quartz block and a block of thaumium are also required. Next, the components must be placed in a suitable location. The chiseled quartz goes on the bottom and the thaumium block should be on top, with the pylons and controller placed in any order between them, with no gaps. The thaumium block must have an empty space above it and an unobstructed view upwards to the open sky. Okay, that's important. Once everything is in place, right-click on the controller with your wand. I see. What else do we have here? Oh, here we go. The Spire can cover a wide area. Any equipped Thaumostatic harness in the area which contains a watered jar will have a steady supply of potentia provided to it so long as the Spire has any to give, and it is powered by IRVs from a relay. I see. Use Essentia tubes to connect the controller to the potentia source. Oh, okay. So you actually still have to make potentia, but it just kind of gets wildly sent into your thing, so you're constantly charged up. Okay, I see. It hasn't really solved the problem, is just what I'm thinking, though. It's just a little more convenient. The covered area can be increased by feeding the controller a steady supply of Ire Essentia. The rate at which potentia is distributed to the harness in the area can be increased by piping in Volatus. Okay, they don't really have very much Volatus though, and it's kind of a bit tricky to get. Both are amplified through the placement of additional pylon blocks in the structure. No benefit is gained after the structure's 6th pylon. So each of these is a pylon, so you can make up to 6 of these, I see, and then you've got your quartz block, and then you have your thaumium block on top. Okay, there's even more though, holy crap. Right-click a side of the controller with your wand to change the type of Essentia will accept on that specific side. Okay, so we've got this thing right here. This is a Thaumostatic controller. It takes a pylon, but where does the controller go? Let's see, I just want to try and... The first step is to create 2 Thaumostatic pylons and a controller. Okay, odd, is this, is one of these the... Oh, okay, the controller goes in the middle of these, is that how it works? Okay, well, we're going to need to go ahead and get ourselves ready to craft this stuff up. So I think what I'm going to do is just take a couple of minutes here off camera to assemble the materials to craft all of this stuff, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, the materials have been assembled. If we go ahead and just take a look in the actual Thaumonomicon really quick, just take a look at this vase cost, guys. That is pretty dang expensive. So expensive, in fact, that we are over here by the arcane work table. I know that I have the crafting focus now, but I just want to get them discounts that I can get by wearing some of this discount armor right here. I guess I could technically carry this around with me now that I have the bottomless pouch, but I don't know, just keeping it over here because we've got this scepter, which gives even more of a discount as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and put this stuff on. Get rid of the rings and this stuff right here. There we go. Not sure if I showed, but I dyed this white. I think I showed that already. Anyway, so the actual recipe, I believe, is iron up this way, shards that way, tubes in the middle, and our nether quartz like so. Let's see if I got that right. Oh ho! Pretty awesome. So normally that costs 35 ire down to 15, so that sounds like a steal to me. Go ahead and get all of those up, and that should refill most of its stuff. Now while we've got these, we might as well go ahead and follow rule number 1 of Thaumcraft. That sounds like a pretty good plan, doesn't it, guys? Go ahead and scan that. Bit of Paramutatio in there, very cool. And a bit of magic, not surprising. They actually do look pretty cool as well, don't they? Yeah, I've still got this stuff on. Let's go ahead and take that off and put it back. Bunk, and bada bing, bada boom. Get that thing on that we're about to buff up. Right, throw these in here and just be a tidy Kiwi about it, to be honest. Awesome. So the next thing that we're going to need to do is actually take one of these and go ahead and infuse it. So put that in there. And we're also going to need these things. Let's go ahead and sort the hotbar out. I actually just want to double check to see if I have the necessary ingredients. So this is going to be a 6er, right? Yeah, I think so. So put the feather right there. This guy, and this guy. That should be all good. That is all good. Let's just double check the infusion cost. So that's going to be iron. Do I have that? I have 50 iron. Very good. That I should have all of that. Yeah. Well, Lartus might be the only thing I'm running a little low on. Yeah, I've got a jar of it, so I think we're all good here for this infusion. So let's go ahead and bonk the runic matrix and fire this baby up. Oh man. This is a pretty cool thingy if it's going to work. So like I said, it seems like it's still, your harness is still going to use Potentia, but it just kind of simplifies the idea of having to take the jar out of your inventory. So what you normally have to do is kind of bring it out like so, bring it down onto your bar, right click it, take the jar out, put the jar on the ground and fill it up with the files. And then once you've done that, go ahead and right click this again, and you have to double tap E. It's just so tedious, and I pointed that out when we had vanilla Thaumcraft. It'd be kind of nice to just like right click with a file of Essentia or something on there, but I don't think you can do that. How are we doing for the Essentia here? It's almost done, just a little bit more to go. Very cool. Not really running too low on any Essentias, need to get about a jar of iron now. Alright. Cool, the items are starting to come in. It's only a moderate infusion, so the stability, our stability enhancer's having, of course, no problem keeping this infusion under control. Those beast relays are actually life-size there, weren't they? Then comes the block. And there we go, that's the controller, isn't it? Yeah. So we've got the Thaumostatic controller, and then you've got pylons, and they do look almost exactly the same. There are actually a few minor differences. This one appears to have some more white stuff on there. Let's go ahead and follow rule number 1 of Thaumcraft with this guy. Go ahead and scan it. Very cool. It seems to have lost a bit of that pentamultatial that was in there. Oh well, that's okay. So now we actually have everything that we need, don't we? Now we need to go ahead and put this down. What was the actual cost for the Spire itself? Let's see. Where was it? Okay, so our wand has got plenty of these. We should be able to pick that up, no problem. So where am I going to put this thing is a big question. I think I want to do it on this level because we have... this is where I've got my Potentia. This is where I, like, make it right now. Actually, it's not quite filled up. Anyway. Oh, I see, it's over here. I see. Yeah, we want to... basically, this needs moving. This needs to actually go inside of the alchemy lab instead of being kind of pegged to the side of the wall of it. Gonna need to put it back here. So we need to have some sort of Essentia system to pull the Essentia out of there. And probably where I want to put it is somewhere relatively close by our little hole here in the roof. Just so that I don't have to kind of mess things up a little bit by putting a hole somewhere else. Can I, like, stick it right here? No, see, that's the problem, is that the actual hole is smaller than our cutout here for our little central island right here. I didn't actually think about this all that well, did I? It's not exactly a huge deal to just go in and, like, make a new hole. Okay, I guess we'll just get this place down and see what we can do. I think what I'll do is... Let's see, is this space right here? Yeah, but what I can probably do is like this space right here. So let me just go ahead and reset this inventory up. There we go. Okay, so maybe like right here, yeah. Okay, so I think it's time to do some mining. Yeah, it's very dark right there. There we go. Well, that's a quick little mining job, done and dusted. Right, let's see. So this is like the ground level right here. So do I have any dummy blocks? I do now. So we want to put that right there. That's right where we want it to be. So we want to have this chisel quartz on the bottom, if I recall correctly. And then what we want to have, in no particular order, we're going to have the actual controller. So I think I'll just put the controller down as low as it'll go. Okay, and that appears to have a few little lighting issues with it right there, doesn't it? Let's throw down these Thaumostatic pylons. Very cool looking, yeah, so it seems like this is right here is where you put the actual Essentia in. Go ahead and stick that on top and that should be good to go. And it should have a feed up to the top of the world. So if we go ahead and click it, there we go. That's done the trick. It kind of looks like... it actually looks a bit like a building, doesn't it? Okay, and it's actually pulling iron vis from right there, so... That's actually quite a range on it, isn't it? Yeah. Well, there we go. I didn't even consider having to actually route iron to it, but that appears to have done the trick. Man, that seriously looks like some kind of building, doesn't it? I wonder if that's actually intentional. If I had to hazard a guess, I would say, yeah, that is intentional. But okay, so now what we need to do is hook up our Potentia to this system and test this thing out, see how quick it is, more importantly, I think. Where is my Essentia tubing? Right here. 20 probably won't be enough. We're just going to make a little ad hoc setup. I'll need to move the system in there and think of some imaginative way to route this around without it sort of getting in the way, I suppose. Oh wow, and it even has like lightning on it as well. This is this is definitely something that's looking pretty awesome, I think. Alright, let's see. I think what we'll just do is something fairly basic, just kind of cut across the alchemy lab. Now you have to do a high jump if you want to get into the alchemy lab. Let's see. And sure enough, those 20 tubes would not have been enough. Yeah, fall short. Alright, there goes Potentia being sent into the system. So it actually has a suction of Potentia. Okay. So it's filling this guy up. It's actually doing it fairly quickly there, isn't it? It's going up a lot quicker than what you use Potentia up, so that is fairly cool. And it seems to have some kind of internal buffer storage as well. I wonder if this actually, does it eat the Essentia? No, okay. It's kind of, I see what's happening. It's sort of bringing it back. 188. The Essentia's coming back here. I can still hear a bit of groaning. I think that's actually just the Essentia resonator here. They groan. It's like the only real downside to them, otherwise I'd use them more. They make noise. I hate noise in this game. Well, the noise of like repetitive noises like animals and stuff. Anyway, so we've got this thing hooked up now. It doesn't seem to consume Essentia. I just actually want to quickly see what the suction is on this. It's suction 0 right there. Okay, so once it's filled up, the suction drops down to 0. So it was able to pull out of labeled jars, so it's probably 128 if I had to guess. The suction on that. For the suction enthusiasts out there. Okay, the actual hitbox on that's kind of changed a bit too, hasn't it? Yeah, you can kind of... Oh, okay, am I sinking into the block a little bit? No, I don't think so. Well, anyway, guys, we got ourselves one of the 6 things you can make with the Crystalline Brains here. If I can remember what its name is, please. Where is it? Yeah, the Thaumostatic Spire. I actually really love the design of that. That looks pretty awesome. Kind of reminds me of the old Empire State Building. Can I scan this thing? Thaumostatic Spire, there we go. You can't learn anything from that. Okay. Well, yeah, that is a pretty good wrapping up point for this episode. Hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. Kia kaha, and I'll see you in the next video.